sometimes that face be slipping. It be slipping just a little bit.
It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time.
What's up, guys? It's been so long since I've actually sat down and recorded a video. So I kind of wanted to catch you up on what's been going on in my life. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of things that you guys actually have not seen. And I'm really excited to share with you guys what's been going on. So I'm just going to do like a quick little makeup look. It's going to be like a chit chat, get ready with me. I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions so I can answer them. And I got some really interesting questions. So we're just going to jump right into this video because I don't want it to be too long and I don't want to talk too much, although it is a chit chat, get ready with me. So the first thing is I'm going to prep my skin. I already did my brows off camera. Child, when I tell you these brows gave me a damn headache, because if you guys watch my vlog for my birthday, I've been posting vlogs if you guys did not know, but I've been posting vlogs, and I did a vlog for my birthday and I got my eyebrows done in LA at this new spot. It was a hard fail, okay? A hard fail. She made my brows so thin, and if you guys know me, you guys know my face is too round for thin brows. When I was younger, I think I was in high school, maybe. Yeah, high school, like 12 years ago. Damn, like 12 years ago or 11 years ago, I was in high school and I used to have really thin brows, but I also had a smaller face. So we can't do the thin brows anymore. Like, that's not even in style. I like a thicker, fuller brow on me. So I had to kind of like do my best to make it fuller, kind of even them out because they were not even whatsoever. So these are my brows. I'm going to prep my skin. I already have my moisturizer on. So I'm going to prep my skin with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. You guys already know what that looks like. And I'm just going to jump right into it. So the first question was, what have I been up to lately? So I have been doing a lot, actually. I graduated college. Woot woot. I graduated college, which was a huge accomplishment for me because for those of you guys who don't know, I went to college straight out of high school, but I ended up meeting my now husband and we got pregnant and we put school on pause. We had Chandler, and now that Chandler is in school, we both decided to go back to school, and yeah, I graduated. So I'm really excited about that. I'm back in school. Although I graduated, I am back in school because, you know, I am going to be furthering my education. And so let me take my nose ring out. I'm going to be furthering my education. If you see me looking down, it's my mirror. Furthering my education, that way I can make sure that my degree I can put to use. And then I started a brand, which if you guys want to know more about that, after I get ready with this, after I finish filming this video, I'll be filming another video, which will be me like introducing my brand to YouTube. I opened my brand on 11/11/2020. It's January, I think, January 8th, 2022. My brand has been fully operational for the last year. And it has been doing good. And so I just I felt like it was time to bring it to YouTube. So that was that. I should have done this way earlier, but you know, stuff happens. Don't be alarmed that my face is so white. That's just what it is. I've used this till I'm scraping it, okay? So this has been one of my go-tos. I really enjoy using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It just gets the job done every time. So boom. And I put that all over my face, as you can see. That's why I have this like little white cast. But again, don't be alarmed. Next, I'm going to be going in with my Hourglass Stick Foundation. This is the Hourglass Vanish, I believe, foundation. The shade Honey. They sent me this a while ago. And I've been using it, and the girl, she's still there. There's a lot more in there. So the next question is, apart from my business, what other things have I been doing? So I have been doing a podcast. I launched a podcast. It's called Iphanniebgentle podcast. It is on here on YouTube. I like filmed the video for it. I'm actually going to start filming the actual video for it. I've just been doing the audio on YouTube just to keep up. But I'm going to be filming the actual video on YouTube. And yeah, I've really been enjoying that. It's kind of like an inside look on how I feel certain situations are, how I view certain things. So yeah, that's been doing really well. People really enjoy my podcast, and I actually enjoy doing the podcast. This is the Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Truffle. I'm gonna use this to contour. But yeah, I've been really enjoying doing my podcast. It's been an interesting experience, to say the least. I have had some people reach out to me and, you know, be like, thank you so much for covering this topic, because I have been nervous about talking about this topic with X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. So I'm really enjoying the feedback that I'm getting from my podcast. Of course, there's always going to be somebody that has something to say, but who cares? Who cares? I do the podcast just to, I don't know, people always ask me for advice. And sometimes I'm like repeating the same advice 5, 6, 7, 10 times. So I'm like, let me just kind of do it all around. Now everything is, you know, take everything I say with a grain of salt, because every situation is different. But yeah, that's kind of the reason behind me doing the podcast, and I've really been enjoying doing it. For concealer, I'm going to be using the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in the shade Sand. And I'm just going to pop that in some areas. So the next question is, why did I decide to take a break from YouTube? YouTube just was not a priority for me. Like, at the time, I was doing school. And if you guys do school, you guys will know, like, school can literally consume your life. I was taking, at one point, like 14 or 15 units at one time. Plus Chandler's in school now, so I have to like kind of balance out my schedule with his. And it was, baby, it was a lot. It was a lot for me. And so I just took a break from YouTube. I was still filming, but it was the editing part that was like really a killer for me, because if you guys did not know, editing takes so much of your time and it takes so much effort. And so I just needed a break. And so I gave myself that break, and I'm happy I did, because it made me really like YouTube again and want to do it again, versus like trying to force it and then just be like, I'm over it. I don't want to do YouTube anymore. So the next question is, I see you've been traveling a lot. Why have you decided to suddenly travel during Corona? Now, I have always traveled to some capacity, but during COVID, I actually didn't travel a lot during COVID. I didn't start traveling until the big, like mid 2021. Although COVID was like still very much there. I definitely took all the necessary precautions. I'm not one that, since I had Chandler, like I haven't really been anywhere or done anything, because I'm not one to like leave my kid with someone. I don't know, for me it's just weird. The most he's been without me was like 2 days, 1 day, maybe 1 day. I don't think it was 2 days completely, but yeah, I don't know, like for me, leaving him and then going somewhere, it was just odd for me. But there was an opportunity presented to me, and I was like, I was second guessing like going, because I've never been away from Chandler that long. It was like 4 or 5 days, like 1 day of travel, and then, you know, the days that we were there, and then the travel back. So really like 6 days. And I was just like, I wanted to go because I've never been. It was to Costa Rica. I wanted to go because I've never been. It was for a girls trip. I've never been on a girls trip. I've never been to Costa Rica. So I was like, I want to go. But at the same time, I was like, what about my baby? And Clifford was like, go. I already sent the deposit, go. And I was like, you did what? As soon as I got the call, he sent me the money for the deposit. And he was like, go, enjoy yourself, have fun. You don't ever take a break. You never like go out and do stuff. So you need to go out and do stuff. And I was just like, okay. So I went to Costa Rica and I had fun. It was a lot going on. I do have a Costa Rica vlog. I didn't vlog that much in Costa Rica only because it was a lot going on. It was a lot going on. So I just kind of vlogged what I could. I did like the first day and then we did some zip lining and I vlogged that. But for the most part, like I really had fun. I enjoyed myself. I met some girls that I'm still cool with to this day because I only knew 3 or 4 people there. Everyone else was really like, you know, newbies to me. So I had fun. It was a good experience. Would I do it again? Yes. I was just very nervous about going in general because I've never been on a girls trip. And, you know, when you don't know women can be very catty. It can be really weird. So I just kind of felt everybody out the first day or 2. And then after that, we were good to go. The next question is, what are some topics I will be covering in my next few podcast episodes? So I like to think that I cover a little bit of everything. I'm not one that's just like, oh, I'm only going to talk about relationships or religion or sex. I kind of talk about everything. I talk about being a mom. I talk about being a bonus mom. I talk about marriage because if you guys didn't know, I am married. I talk about just a plethora of different topics. I don't deep dive in too many of them because my podcast episodes are, now there's no like, oh, I'm going to record for an hour or I don't do that. I just kind of, until I get my point across, and then like, that's it for the episode. The purpose of my podcast is really just to spark interest and start conversation. And that it has been doing. Like, it has been starting lots of conversations. I had an episode where I covered, you know, the whole, if you guys didn't know, I'm a bonus mom, meaning I have a stepdaughter. And I covered the topic of dating someone who has a child and then ultimately marrying that person. And that was the baby mama, baby daddy episode, and how to avoid the drama. And the reason why I did that episode was because there were just so many questions. I have so many friends who always ask me like, hey, I'm talking to this guy, but he has kids. And, you know, how do you deal with someone who has to split time or someone who has a child and all that good stuff? And so I think I might be my only friend from high school who has had to deal with someone who has a kid for this length of time. I have friends who, you know, have, who are step parents, but they haven't had to deal with it as long as I have. And it has been a tricky balance because there's always some shit going on. If I'm going to be frank, there's always some shit going on. And sometimes you just kind of get over the bullshit that comes with being a bonus parent. So I kind of like talked about my experience and just some of the stuff, the do's and don'ts that I learned along the way. And that was a very interesting episode and people really liked it. I did have, you know, people who were like, oh, I don't, you know, I feel like you did this. And I'm like, I don't care how you feel. If you hear a lot of jumping, that's Chandler. Okay, he's lit right now. But yeah, so I like to steer clear of, you know, bullshit. When I was younger, I was with it. Like, I'm still with it. Don't get me wrong. But when I was younger, like, I'm gonna argue you down. Now, I'm not about to argue with nobody. For what? What am I arguing with you for? This is how I feel. This is what it is. If you got a problem with it, oh well. Too bad. Your fault. And move on. Cover a little bit of everything. And a lot of the stuff I insert my experiences in so you guys can kind of understand where I'm coming from. Because ain't nothing like somebody that's giving advice to you that ain't never been through it. How you gonna give me advice? You've never been through it. You've never dealt with this situation. How are you gonna tell me how to handle it? There are some situations where you don't gotta go through it to understand. But for the most part, you gotta go through it to understand. Or for me to actually like take heed to what you're saying. Because if not, you just talking at this point. I talked about baby mama drama. I talked about sex. And the sex episode was really interesting because my husband actually joined me for that episode. And, you know, when it comes to like the online presence and stuff and social media, he's very reserved. He doesn't, as you can see, like even in my vlogs, he's like hardly even in there because he's very much like, this is a lot of my personal life on the internet, which I completely understand. And I never have a problem. Like he never has a problem, you know, popping in and out, but he likes to do it on his time. And if I'm like, hey, film a video with me or something, he'll do it. But this is my channel and I'm not really like, oh, my husband has to do X, Y, and Z with me. And I don't do that. So you guys see him from time to time. He'll pop his head in the video, but he's not like, this is not his channel. This is not a family channel. This is, I mean, technically it could be because it is about my life and my life is revolved around my family, but that's neither here nor there. You know, so it was really interesting. I asked him, I said, hey, do you want to film an episode with me? He was like, sure. And I was like, really? I was joking when I was like, hey, do you want to film an episode with me? And he was like, sure. And I was like, for real? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what you want to talk about? He was like, you pick. And I was like, you want to talk about sex? You want to talk about sex? And he was like, sure. So we did that episode. I asked him, I said, would you be willing or interested in doing another episode with me? And he was like, yeah. So it's interesting to see him like kind of get out of his shell of, you know, being mysterious or not really being in front of the camera, more like being on the side of the camera. But I enjoyed him having him on the podcast. People enjoyed having him on the podcast, and I thought it was important to have like a male perspective of sex because, you know, we can learn from each other. A lot of people look at the woman's side and be like, oh, this is how she feels about sex or blah, blah, blah. But we never really get to pick a man's brain about sex. And I mean, he was honest and open the whole time. He never like kind of shied away from anything. He's not very politically correct, but he's politically correct enough. But he's going to tell you what it is. So I think the more I have him on the podcast, the more comfortable he becomes being like the voice or being a voice online, then you guys will really start seeing his personality. So yeah, as far as the podcast is concerned, I want to kind of touch on everything. Like I want to touch on religious beliefs and religious beliefs within a marriage, because there are people who in the Bible, they call it unequally yoked, and there are people who are married to people who believe in different things. Some people may not believe in anything and the other spouse believes in something, and how that affects like raising children, because it does affect the way you raise your children. And so I want to talk about all that stuff, and I think it'll be really interesting to see like where the podcast goes. I'm trying to figure out how many episodes I want per season. I started the podcast. I launched it on my birthday. Because I felt like it was, you know, a coming of age. 28 years old. I'm 28. And it's just, you know, I want people to see another side of me apart from just, you know, makeup. And even though I still very much do makeup, hence my brand, but apart from just makeup and being a mom and now being a college educated woman, I'm really excited to see where this journey goes because it is going fast. Okay, it's going fast, and I'm really, really enjoying the ride. I've been having so much fun. So many people have reached out to me and be like, and they're very supportive of everything that I do, which I really appreciate, because I could be in a situation where nobody supports it or people have a problem with it because I have so many hats. But I'm thoroughly enjoying everything that I've been doing. I've really been enjoying doing, and I'm blessed to have a foundation and a support system who really supports everything that I do, from any crazy idea that I have, like, hey, I want to start a podcast, or hey, I want to launch a brand, or hey, I want to go back to school and I want to do X, Y, and Z. I have been supported. So I'm really blessed and grateful that that's kind of what I've been able to do. Alrighty, so that is my skin so far. I'm gonna go in with some powder and really set that down. You guys already know I've been mixing my Fenty. If you've been watching me for a while, I've been mixing my Fenty. This is in the color Honey. And I've been mixing the, what's this, Hourglass Translucent Setting Powder in Veil, and it's translucent. I've been mixing these two together, and Chef's Kiss. Now this one is like empty, okay? Like, I don't know why I didn't buy another one. When I say she's empty, like, she is empty. What is going on? I thought I had more. Okay. I thought I had more, but that's okay. So I'm going to take, I have to do another mixture. I'm going to take some of this Fenty, because I need to buy the Fenty Banana, but this one is like that color. I'm going to put that Veil in there. And then I'm going to take some of this Airspun and mix it in. The next question is, do I plan on doing a finished house tour? No. The short answer is no. My house is not finished. Like, I have a lot of house. I have 4 stories. It's a lot of house. Like, there's rooms that are finished, but as far as the whole house is concerned, she ain't finished. She ain't done, and she ain't about to be on camera. So you guys will see bits and pieces of my house, but you guys aren't going to see like my full on house situation, because she's not done. She's nowhere near being done. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So this is the Butter Bronzer in Endless Summer, I believe is the color. Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I kind of posted like a little bit of a vlogish situation, empty house tour kind of, or maybe I filmed it and never posted it. I can't remember, guys. It's just been so much going on YouTube. But I posted some of the videos where we were doing like the kids' rooms and stuff, but we never like really did our room per se. And there's so many changes happening right now that like me trying to do one for our room, it's just not gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. We're constantly adding things to the house and doing like little projects, but that's just, you know, during COVID, we really started doing projects around the house. We did the pantry, we did the kids' rooms, we painted the kitchen, which I don't think I ever posted that video. We redid Chandler's bathroom, but I don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It takes a while to get like certain videos done, edited, all that good stuff. And she just don't got the time or energy. Like, I am busy. I'm really busy. I am even like trying to find a time to sit down and film, because I wanted to do Makeup Mondays, where I just posted a makeup related video every Monday. It's just a lot going on. It's a lot to balance out. My semester is about to start again, and so it's kind of hard to kind of say, yes, I'm for sure going to do this, because sometimes I just don't have the time to do it. And I don't want to say that I'm going to do something and then I don't end up doing it because my schedule does not permit. But I have been enjoying vlogging. Vlogging has been really fun for me. And this is the thing. I vlog not really for other people, for you guys, but really for me, because I like to kind of keep track of what I've been doing. Like when I look back on stuff, I could have really been vlogging a lot more than I did. And maybe, I don't know, maybe my channel would have been further along. I remember like I hadn't posted a video for a year. This is right before I started posting again. I hadn't posted a video for a year or a little bit over a year. And I was like, damn, I could have been posting this whole quarantine, because we were doing stuff. We were like renovating and stuff like that. Doing school. But I don't know. Like sometimes I just get in a rut and I'm just like, I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like vlogging or editing. And sometimes I really just was not doing stuff around the house. Or I was doing stuff, but it was related to my business, and me posting that information, I don't know. I just wasn't comfortable doing it. So it just took away from what my channel could have been, because I'm pretty sure, like, I know during COVID, or during quarantine, I was really locking in with other channels or newer channels that I've never seen before, because like I'm not doing anything. Like, what am I doing? If I wasn't doing my business stuff and it wasn't school related, like what was I really doing? Nothing. So I wanted to check out new channels, and there's new people that I started to follow, like Iphannie, who is here on YouTube, and I learned about her through Aaliyah's face. I've been watching Aaliyah since she was in college. So yeah, I start watching Kyra's vlogs and her videos, and I really start liking them, and then Tasha as well. So there's been like, you know, stuff that I've been doing, and just like they blew up, I feel like I could have been doing the same thing, like watching videos and making videos and content and stuff. I don't know, your girl's just been slacking in the YouTube department, but I've been consistently posting, and I've really been enjoying just posting, not really for you guys, but for myself, because there's certain things that happen and I was like, dang, I wish I had got that on camera, or I wish I had made like a video, because, you know, it was fun, it was interesting, and your girl didn't get a video. She didn't get a video. So I'm just using the butter bronzer as a crease shadow shade, whatever. I feel like I could have been way further along in just YouTube in general. Not really like a career and turning it into a career. I mean, if that happens, that's great. But as far as just filming and getting content out and being consistent, I feel like I could have been surpassed what I have now. But it's fine. Like, everything's a learning process. And now that I look back on it, I'm like, damn, I really should have been doing X, Y, and Z. But it's all good. I'm not tripping. The next question is, what do we do for Chandler's birthday? So we didn't really do much per se, because we were doing a lot of traveling back and forth. For Chandler's birthday, here at home, I did cake and ice cream at his school, because he had a party at school. His birthday, did it fall? I don't think it fell on the day of school, but he had a party at school, which he really enjoyed. And I remember growing up, I was always like, my birthday, I felt like my birthday was always when I had school. Like, I never had a birthday where I was at home during the weekend. It was always on a Monday through Friday. Like, I don't know what the heck kind of sorcery they were doing on my birthday, but my birthday was always at school. So I had a party at school, and I kind of wanted Chandler to have the same kind of experience, and he really enjoyed it. He had fun. I got gift bags for the kids, dropped it off at his school. Unfortunately, because of COVID, I wasn't able to like go in and like sing happy birthday with him and like be with his class and stuff, but it's fine. Like, he still was able to do it. His teacher is phenomenal. I absolutely love his teacher. She has been just like, she blew my mind when it came to teachers. She actually reminds me of some of the teachers I had growing up, which chef's kiss. So she took pictures for me and sent me pictures of him in his little birthday outfit and whatnot, and with his cake and stuff. So I really enjoyed that, and I just had fun. Kind of like, I mean, it was a headache, and I'm actually gonna like post that in the blog for Sunday. What happened when I tried to get his cake, and it was just like a whole bunch of foolishness, but I was able to get it done and I was able to accomplish it, so that's good. But yeah, she just like, his teacher's just been always, she's always been supportive and always been good. If I ask her like, hey, can you do this for me, she's like, sure, no problem. And so yeah, she was great. During that weekend, I think on his actual birthday, I think his birthday was on a Sunday, I can't remember, but on his actual birthday we did cake and pizza at the house, and the kids from the neighborhood, his friends, they came over, and after that he opened his presents, they got him some gifts and stuff, and then they had like a Nerf gun fight outside, which he really enjoyed. I mean, Chandler's pretty simple. Like, he's not one of those kids where it's like, I have to have this, I have to have that. Like, he doesn't do that. So it's always me that's just like, I want to do X, Y, and Z. But he had fun. We couldn't really do much just because of COVID. You can't really say like, hey, I'm gonna have, I mean, you can say, hey, I'm gonna have this large gathering at the house, but one, we don't know that many people out here, and then two, I just, for what for what, when we went back home to California, you know, he had cake and stuff and whatever there, but and then he was able to open whatever gifts he had there. But it wasn't like, we weren't doing like too much. We had people come out. If you guys saw my video where I did surprise my husband with his best friend, he flew out, and that was really interesting. They had a lot of fun. They didn't do much. Like, they like to play basketball. I have a whole vlog on there on what they did, but we went bowling and stuff, and that was really fun, and I enjoyed myself, and he was actually really surprised because he did not expect it at all. This is the Blushing in Bali palette from BH Cosmetics. I'm going to be taking maybe these two, mix them together. But yeah, that was definitely the wrong brush. He was not expecting anything, especially because he was working up until his friend came, so that was cool. And then his friend came for 2 days, and then me and his friend flew back to California because I was going to LA for my birthday. Clifford had his birthday out here in Colorado. I had my birthday in LA because, you know, I had some friends that wanted to fly me out and, like, you know, celebrate my birthday with me. And so that's what we did. And I have that birthday vlog up. You guys, I have been vlogging. I've been doing really good vlogging and kind of staying consistent, and you know, some of the footage is older because I filmed it, but I had never posted it. So I filmed some of the footage or some of my vlogs, and then finally decided to edit it and started off posting consistently like that. So I have a video where we went to Cancun, and that happened obviously like earlier in the year, but we didn't post it, or I didn't post it. And so I was like, you know what, let me just post the dang thing. And so I think that was my introduction back to YouTube, was that Cancun vlog, if I'm not mistaken. And then after Cancun, I went to Costa Rica, and then after Costa Rica, I went to LA. So I've been ripping and running. Yeah, so that is what my base looks like. I'm trying to debate if I want to put like a shadow right there. I might do a little something right there. I'm going to just use this because it's right here. Precious Petals from Wet n Wild. This is the Mega Glow highlighting powder, and she is holding on by sticker at this point, but it looks like that. I'm going to do an inner corner highlight with this small Morphe brush. I am going to go in with some products that you guys have not seen here on YouTube, or maybe you have. I can't remember. I don't think so. You've probably seen it on Instagram, and they're from my brand. So I'm gonna go in with those so you guys can see some of those in action. So this is the e.l.f.'s Opposites Attract palette. This one I think I've done a look on this or with this palette before. I'm just gonna use this color here. It's called Fresh right here, and I'm just gonna put that right on top of that color just so that I can have a nice little base. Alrighty, so for lashes, I'm gonna be using some of my lashes. Let's see what I want to use. I'm gonna put Cami Top Lash. These are my applicators. They look like that. This is Cami Top Lash. I've worn these before, so let's just see. Yeah, I'm gonna do those. If I can find my glue. So another question is, do I want more kids, or do we want more kids? Yes, we do want more kids. It's just, kids ain't easy, y'all. Like, having kids is not easy. I don't think I've ever talked about it on my channel before. Like the whole kid situation. I'm gonna trim these. These are my scissors as well. Yeah, I don't think I've ever talked about the whole kid situation on my channel before, just because it's a little touchy. It's a little touchy subject for me. Originally we wanted to have a baby right after Chandler, well, 2 years after Chandler, because I didn't want like a large age gap, and I didn't want a large age gap. Neither did Clifford. He was like, that large age gap stuff is crazy. And I was like, yeah, I would rather them be like 2 years apart. That way I'll get one out of diapers, and then the other one would, you know, be born or whatever. But that didn't work out. And I'm going to go into detail probably in another video about like our journey with having another baby. I just want to make sure that that's something that he is comfortable talking about before I like full on dive in. This is a little sneak peek. This is my case for my lashes right there. That says Gentle Beauty. And then this is the inside. I have lashes in here because that's what I'm putting on. And it has a mirror. I don't have the film off, but there's a mirror. And then you can put the applicator in there. But yeah, so long story short, yes, we want to have more kids. I've kind of been vlogging my journey with that as well, and it's been an interesting one. It has been very, very interesting. But yeah, we do want to have more kids. That is short answer. Another question I got was, where do I see myself with YouTube in the next few years? So for the next few years, I'm still going to be like posting and whatnot. If my channel takes off, great. If my channel doesn't take off, that's fine too. I'm not opposed to being a influencer. I've never been opposed to it. That would be lovely. But I'm also not like pushing for it, only because I know that me being a influencer means a lot of like my life outside of the camera will become very much public. And I like the fact that I can put out what I want to put out, and I can put out when I want to put out, if that makes sense. There's some people in my life who prefer not to be on camera and prefer to kind of be like behind the camera, on the side of the camera, or just not around the camera. And so, but yeah, I would love to like eventually be a full-time YouTuber. That would be really cool. Especially with my brand, it would really help boost my brand and get my brand to where it needs to be. But again, like, I'm not forcing anything. Like I said, I really do YouTube because I enjoy doing YouTube, not really for anyone else's benefit, if that makes sense. Another question I had was, do I still have a cat? Yes, I still have a cat. Her name is Bali, and she was just here bothering me. She's very needy. She's like a little kid. She's always like on me or attached to me in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't bother me. Like, I really enjoy having her. Someone asked me why I didn't get a dog instead. If you guys know, I got Bali because I grew up with animals. I grew up with cats, dogs, rabbits, iguanas, like all types of goats, you know, like all types of animals. And I kind of got her because I wanted an emotional support animal, and she is very much like attached to my hip, so that's why I got her. I've had her for a year now. I feel like it's been a little bit over a year now, and she is wild. She's wild. She climbs on everything. She's only a year old. She turns 2 on 4/20. She's a Taurus. She's a Taurus, and she's very much a Taurus. Okay, so I just set my face. I use the e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set, and I just kind of sprayed it to the side to make sure like the mist was okay. And then I set my face. So I just set it again. I like to kind of make sure that everything is locked in, because sometimes that face be slipping. It be slipping just a little bit. And then this is the e.l.f. Dewy setting spray. If I don't use this one, then I use this one when I want a more dewy look, but I want kind of more of a matte look with a little bit of like, you know, dimension to my face. So that was that. For my lip combo, I'm going to be using something from my brand. I'm going to do like my go-to lip combo. And when I say like it hits every time, it hits every time. This is my like perfect like brown liner, and I'm just going to, I have a little bit of that what do you call that, matchstick and truffle around my lips, but I'm just gonna go over with this, and I like fill in my lip pretty heavily with this color. Hydrating and creamy this lip liner is. People really love the Connie shade because it's a darker shade, but I think this shade does well for me. And I overline my top lip just a little bit because, I don't know, for me, I feel like my top lip isn't as full as, no, they're pretty even. They're pretty even. But I like the fuller lip look, so. Like so, and then I fill in the sides as well. So that is my lip liner. And then for my lip, I'm gonna go in with, let's see, for my lip I'm gonna go in with Cecile, and this is what she looks like. Really pretty. And I like to have like a lighter color in the center. And she's pigmented, okay? And I'm like barely touching my lip with it. I'm scared it's gonna be too much. And I use the lipstick to just blend the edges. Cute. And then for gloss, I'm gonna go in with Brie lip gloss. This one was like selling out. Every time I reposted it, or I posted it online again, it would sell out. It was crazy. And I'm just gonna put her right in the middle. And this is the final look. So I have this little one-piece romper situation. It's from my outfit online, and then it has like this low back. It crisscrosses in the back. It's really cute, really comfortable. You can actually size down because it's really stretchy. It's rib material, so it's stretchy. And then my bag here is from Lord Brit. This is my friend's brand. All her items are super quality. They're amazing. I love every piece that I get from her. And so again, this is from Lord Brit. For my shoes, I have on these heels right here. They're just these square toe, really cute square toe heels. They actually crisscross here, but I just put that down. But yes, they're a square toe heel, and they are from Ego. Really, really cute and affordable. So that is all for this video. If you guys like videos like this where I do like a chit chat, get ready, or answer your questions, get ready, hair and makeup and outfit, definitely let me know. Before I go, let me show you what perfume I'm wearing. I'm not going anywhere, guys, but we're gonna put on perfume anyway, because why not? I'll show you guys what perfume I'm wearing. I'm wearing a real throwback perfume, like super throwback. 1 second. I'm wearing Nude by Rihanna. Now, I really like softer scents, more vanilla-like. And this is just, it's soft, but it's sweet, but it's not too much. So this is the scent that I put on already. It smells so good. I need to buy like a couple more bottles of this because yeah, I like something simple, not too crazy, not too floral, not too like spicy or musky. I can't stand it, but the soft and the sexy and the sweet I can do. So again, this is the final look. I hope you guys really like videos like this. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you comment down below and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Whoa. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video.
It's something about the way you